up, everybody? Good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. I'm here with you on a Sunday, and when I come to you on the weekends, that means we're having a special edition of the According to Sacha podcast. Originally we come to you every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with so many just amazing guests that I bring onto the show and to our conversation series. But when I come on a Sunday or a Saturday or on a weekend, whatever, I'm bringing a special edition. And today I have some authors with me. They're co-authors in the Own It Anthology. And I know Thursday night we had Marisa Bludon on, and she talked about Own It, the book, her business, her as a publisher, the magazine, everything that she is. She's so multi-hyphenated and excellent in what she does. But she led us in this whole anthology project, and I have some of the authors with me today, and I want to introduce you guys to them. But first, before we get started, you know what we have to do, right? You guys, nothing changed. Just because I'm here on the weekend does not mean it all changes, right? So you have to like, follow, and share. Like, follow, and share all of our platforms. We're here to you live via StreamYard, but we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And then also for our listeners, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Google, the list goes on, right? So wherever you are, whether you're listening, whether you're watching, I want to say thank you for showing up for us. Thank you for always supporting us. And everything that we do here on this show benefits everyone that is on this show. So in that way, we can continue to bring forth new people to you about their businesses, their products, their services, whatever they're doing, even if they're creators. They have a spot here on this show. So thank you guys. But today, I'm going to go ahead and just bring on my guests. And I have several of the authors. I'm going to be plugging them in right now. And hey, y'all.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. So, everyone, I want you to meet the co-authors of the Own It Anthology. We are Amazon bestseller this week, you guys. And so we launched the book on Sunday, the 19th. And with all of your support, everybody that's supporting all the 57 authors, and therefore anyone out there, you guys helped us to be a bestseller within 2 days, a day, like a night.
Yeah,
It was like real crazy, right?
Yeah, it was in like pretty much 24 hours.
24 hours, so that means that, we were blessed in every way when it comes down to that. And, not only do we have a book, but we also have a journal. And with both of them together went to number one bestseller. So thank you guys out there. So we can all say we're Amazon best-selling authors. And so I have with us today, I have Dee Sands, I have Eileen Hill, and I have Marisa back with us today. And we're just going to kind of talk about some of the things, you know how I do on my show, you guys. I'm always asking questions, but I like to keep it organic and very conversational. So I'm just going to go around, and I'm going to start with Marisa first, since she is our leader, I should say, and in all of this. And I want to reintroduce you guys to Marisa, if anyone who did not catch Thursday night. Marisa Bludon, she is the founder of TCS Consulting, as well as the Own It family. Okay, so it's a magazine, it's a book, it's some of everything, and I'm going to let her talk about it all. And so, Marisa, welcome to the show again and blessing us with your presence. So go ahead and tell the world who you are.
Well, I'm just me. I'm just me trying to be me, right? I think that's what we're all striving to do, is to really truly be ourselves. And only when we align with our design do we really feel fulfilled. We have that organic, natural high of being happy and living our best, so to speak, life. So, in my normal world, I'm a mom. I have two daughters, beautiful women, and I have a granddaughter. They're all in the book. So they're in the book and the journal. I believe that the Own It Anthology is a part of my legacy. So I felt like they had to be in the book. I kind of dragged them a little, kicking and screaming, but they went along with me and all my crazy ideas. So I'm a mom, I'm a grandmom, I'm a sister, I'm an auntie. But then I'm also an executive. I'm the chief executive of the Own It magazine and publishing, where we had the magazine, and we also have a publishing company where we publish books. And we help authors to take center stage and own it. Do take into their own control their purpose, their destiny, and their vision, really their vision, right? And so I'm also TCS Consulting. That's the organizational leadership development consulting firm that we come into organizations and we help them to increase performance, self-awareness, communications, building high performance teams, et cetera, et cetera. And so I love it because I get the best of both worlds. I get to help people develop and identify their the places that they want to improve in their performance, as well as I give entrepreneurs the magazine and the self-publishing. That's the individual. That's not the organization. That's the person who has their own vision, their own dream for their own life to run their own business and become the CEO of what they're doing. And so Own It does that. And how can I not be happy doing all of this stuff? How can I not be happy? How can I not be hanging off the edge of my seat every day, all day? Because I get to speak with individuals who believe they were born to do some great things. They just need to know how to do that. And so in the Own It anthology, that's exactly what I gave each author the opportunity to do. This project was 3 parts. Actually, matter of fact, it's kind of like more like 4 parts, right? They have the chapter that they wrote, but inside the chapter, they have an activity. They didn't just talk to you about what they went through or their expertise. They showed you in the book how to get it done, right? So that's 2 pieces in the book. Then the journal shows you how to transition. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. So in the journal, you get the steps on how do you do this, because somebody can tell you a story, but if they don't tell you how you did it, the how to, that's the recipe, right? And the only way you're going to know how to get to that level of success if you resonate with the storyline, if that storyline looks like your storyline, only way you're going to benefit from it is knowing how to get the results you want. And that's exactly what my intent. I'm a strategist by natural gifting and nature. I'm like, boom, boom, put it all together. Let's put it all. And then I want you to not only walk away excited and energetic, I want you to walk away with an action plan, something that's clearly executable in your real life. And that's what the Own It Anthology was about. That's why it's a book, but it's also a journal, because you have to journal your journey. You got to write it down, write the vision, make it plain, make it clear enough so that those who see it can grab hold of it and run with it with great success. And that's exactly what Own It was all about. And I'm so excited, so honored, because this was the blessing of God for us to get 2 books within the same day to get Amazon #1 bestseller. I know we ain't do the work. I know of each and every one of us, and I know we worked hard to get to the finish line, but we ain't do that. That was the hand of God, and He was putting His blessing on our heart, pouring out honestly to the reader to say, hey, this is our story and this is His glory. And so just was so honored to have that amount of people to believe in me and just trust me and help us to get to the finish line. I'm humbled and honored.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. And it's I would say for me, I've written 2 books so far. I am a first year author. I wrote both of my books in 2022, first time. So this was a new thing for me, being a part of a project, but being able to say it's easier to write 1 chapter than it is for a full book. with multiple chapters. I'm a little cheer here, but with multiple chapters, and to say that I end up being in a book with some amazing co-authors. Marisa is amazing herself, and then we're like Amazon bestseller. I'm like, oh yeah, I could take that into the start of 2023, like all of us can, and show forth that we can do this when we pull together, as a team of authors, but also when people rally together with us and help us to get to that point. And that's really what it's all about. And so thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to be a part of it as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and introduce Eileen Hill, who is another author. And if you go ahead and tell the world who you are and what you do.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sacha. My name is Eileen Hill. Yes, the A is silent. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York, South Bronx. Trust me, I'm a nice person.
Okay.
Don't believe the hype about South Bronx people. So, been born and raised New York City, educated, elementary, middle school, high school. Then I went to undergraduate at Syracuse University. My degree was fine arts and music history, art history. Truly, I was going to be a biology major. That was not going to happen with D's and F. I want to be a psychology major. Not going to happen with D's and F. Somehow I had a love of classical music and opera, which I major in music history and a love for art history as well. Then I went to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, because I got accepted to Drexel University for arts administration, which was another side of arts in terms of management, grant proposal writing, fundraising, knowing the social side, the political side. And with getting a master's and the experience, I have applied for jobs to get more of a salary. And I got so tired of the rat race, like, oh, you need a PhD. You're too overqualified. So I took a hiatus for a while. I still love to do what I do with the arts and culture, who needed help. And somehow I applied for an education position that was part of the Philadelphia School District, the Philadelphia Educational Fund, and two partnering universities, which was Arcadia University and St. Joseph University. And the goal was for us to be middle school teachers. However, in order to be middle school, you have to pass 5 exams in the state of Pennsylvania to be elementary education. After that, then look into the middle school of your choice of English, math, and so forth. Boy, one exam just been not happening. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna take my talents everywhere, anywhere. So I looked into New Jersey. They only asked for one exam. I passed. However, they wanted some dollars behind it. And of course, dealing with okay, I have gas, electric, a lot of bills. I need to save up. Let me look into Delaware, which was less cost effective to submit my transcript, recommendations, all the mailing, transfer my scores, and just get in the system. And I was hired as a fifth grade teacher at a charter school. And then unfortunately, it didn't go well due to the principal. And one thing I mentioned to Marissa that, you would think somebody would uplift me, which didn't. And I mentioned I was going to join a Toastmaster group. And I guess this person wasn't, satisfied or had no patience. So now I'm left with a nice lucrative job to like, okay, I'm back to substitute teaching, temping. Again, I appreciate jobs regardless. And now I met Marissa through Toastmasters, but prior to that, I joined a writers group called Straight from His Plate in 2009. So I started writing in terms of devotionals and so forth. And now I started to get into fiction, but then from there to Toastmasters, and that's where I met Marissa. And I tell you, she got it done. Got what she came for in terms of getting her distinguished Toastmaster, which is a DTM. It's the highest level of Toastmasters. And what it is just that at the time we joined was all the manuals and the projects you have to do in order to get the distinguished Toastmaster. There are people who've been there for years and still desire just to speak. They're not so much interested in that level of distinguished Toastmaster, and that's fine. But for me, as well as Marissa, we wanted to earn that as well. I mean, by the time I was done as a club officer and then served the area and now serve the division, who else who could serve the area no better than Marissa? And I'm telling you, she took it like she took it and ran with it. And I was so proud of her, especially we both did the youth leadership program as part of being of Toastmaster International. And I used to joke that said, hey, she finished before I did. But the thing is not so much who did it first. It's just that I saw the hunger in Marissa. For me, I love to do the public speaking, the leadership, because it took a principal to make me feel so low to the point of that's why I wrote the chapter of my book, because my pastor had encouraged me to stay rooted and grounded. And I was like, wow, I just needed to have that, because how can we, especially society, be rooted and grounded if not spirituality, maybe in economics, maybe in family, maybe in education? So I more was talking about what has happened during my being a teacher at a charter school that did not work out. I could have stayed in the dumps. I could have said, well, it was me. But I said, no, once that spark, I just said, that's going to be the chapter. I want to help those. Hey, you got to get rooted and grounded, regardless of the negativity, regardless what people say about you. So I'm just glad to be on this platform. Marissa tapped me. I'm sitting here like, girlfriend, I just relocated from Philadelphia to South Carolina to take care of my mother. And just to mention, unfortunately, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer and dementia. And I'm sitting here like, do I really want to do this? Do I have the time? But I said, you know what? What better way than to do it now? And just go for it. So that's all about me. I'm a friendly Bronx, New Yorker, definitely an Eagles fan, and went from New York fan to Eagles fan. But I'm just so glad to be learning the ropes here in South Carolina. And thank you, Sacha, for this time.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
so welcome. You're so welcome. I love hearing people's, background and conversations and their experience and everything. And it just helps you to really see how everything just forms you. And just to know that your chapter was based, listening to you talk and knowing that your chapter is based on that, it's like, yeah, I can see how it happened. So you definitely are rooted and grounded. And I'm going to go. Oh, Marissa,
Yeah, just
you got
before we
something you
move
want to
on, something
add?
Ali said that was very critical, even for our readers, for the viewers, is you have to make the path clear. I call it the CAP approach: clear, achievable, payoff. So you have to
Okay.
make the path clear for someone. So the reason why, and you have to awaken them. So the reason why a lot of people don't do things is because they don't know that they can, or that it's available. A
Mhm.
lot of people in Toastmasters don't know about the distinguished status because they don't know about it, because no one goes deeper. And I'll even say this: you can become an accredited, paid, and when I say paid, I mean paid public speaker through Toastmasters International. But if you're not aware of that, if our leaders are not leading toward development, then our people, the masses, don't get to know about the secrets that are out there. And
Mhm.
so then once you let them know that they're aware, now you got to give them a clear path to achievement. And so that's what I was able to do. I sat down one day. I had so many people saying to me, "Oh, Marisa, you speak so well." Da, 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 da. And I'm just being me. I'm just compelled in my heart to say, don't go quietly into the night. That's all I'm doing, is saying, don't go. I am the voice saying, do not give up on your dreams. Do not cave in and quit. The Bible says we're not like those who shrink back. We press through the mess to get to God's best. And the thing is this: once you make it clear and you let them know that they have what it takes to achieve it, my God, the payoff is whatever it is they want. The
Yeah.
payoff is whatever it is they want. And so I sat down one day, I quiet all the noise, and I figured out what were the requirements to become DTM. I made a list of those requirements, and once you make a list, what can you do? You see the pathway clear, and all you got to do is check. Done, done, done. And once I did that and shared it with others, I mean, how many people now are getting their DTM status?
Well, I guess not to. I mean, some are and some choose not to.
Yeah. So some, but how many in the Northeast Philly Toastmasters
Oh
became
yeah,
DTM?
we had about it was a lot. Like myself, you, a couple of others received the DTM status because of that checklist.
Yeah, because it became real to them. And
Mhm.
that's what owning it is about making it clear, taking out all the noise and all the fluff and all of the whatever, and saying, look, this is clearly achievable. What's impossible for man is possible through God. When you quiet the noise and you allow yourself to see the path clear, then you can go on the journey. But it's going to cost you, but you can still go on the journey if that's really what it is you want to do. I just wanted to tap on that before we went on into another area, but I digress.
But no, that's really, really good. That's good because you definitely do have to make those. It's like you have to set your intentions out there. You have to make those goals, everything achievable. We always talk about SMART goals in the whole corporate world, but when we do that and you apply that even to your personal life and just through development itself, how much further can you go? And I know a lot of times, before I get on to D, because I'm going to introduce her, but I'm going to say this real quick because that was a part, like even my chapter, because my chapter was trust your dopeness. And for me, that is a saying because it reminds me to continue to be great. Like, Sacha, you have greatness in you. Don't shrink back from it. And so being a person that always knew that about myself, but I still chose to handle things the way I wanted to handle it, which would have me limited. It would have me, pop out like a turtle every now and then go back into the shell, just do these great things, but then pull back. But it was never a consistent flow of saying, this is me, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to show up. So now that I made that choice in December 2021, I made that choice to show up unapologetically and to say, look, this is Sacha, and this is everything that I am, and what you see is what you get, and then some. So now it's like, okay, I'm doing all these things. I'm seeing these things unfolding before my eyes, all these greater opportunities. And sometimes I could get like, whoa, are you sure you're doing this, girl? You really doing this? And I'm like, nah, Sacha, trust your dopeness. Trust everything that God has placed in you and continue to move forward. Just keep going forward. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. And no matter what it looks like, no matter how many times people say, oh, you might be doing too much, or I don't understand this, I don't understand that, but I do, but I'm gonna make sure you do too. And so, and just going with that flow. So, just listening to you say that, Marisa, I mean, it really does make a lot of sense. You have to put it down on paper. You have to journal it out and to see how are you going to achieve these things that you're setting forth to do. And one thing I always like to say is like your purpose is attached to your idea. So when your idea is there and your purpose is there, when you start to walk forward in it, that is just the combustion that's been waiting to happen with inside you, and you become that trailblazer, blazing that lane, or blazing everything else around it, So it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna digress now too. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to D. D Sands, thank you for showing up this evening. I want you to tell the world who you are, what do you do, and what did the anthology mean to you?
Okay, and thank you, Sacha. Thank you for this opportunity for having me on as a guest. And D Sands, who am I? Actually, I'm a wife of over 25 years. I'm a nana of 3 grandsons, an 18-year-old, 14-year-old, and 11. And I'm a family-oriented person. Family means so much to me. I mean, for us to, every other Christmas, I make sure that we go on a trip somewhere so it can be memorable versus, buying a gift and different things like that. I just want, to have those memories left with them so that they can always have that in back of their mind that I always did something family-oriented. As business-wise, I am a licensed and certified financial coach, but my passion is educating on life insurance. And as I teach, it's not just getting a life insurance policy, but the thing is once you get the policy, you have to have that round table talk with the family to let them know, what needs to be done should any of you have an untimely death, where the paperwork is, who they need to contact, all of those things like that. I teach my clients that they need to have a black box, fire retardant, so that all of your information is in that box. It comes with 2 keys. You have one and you give one to one most trusted person. So if anything happens, everybody can just go to that box and everything is in there. We have certain subscriptions or memberships. If you don't cancel those things, whatever account you may have it connected to, your money is going to be depleted through those things. So you need to stop those things immediately. So people don't think about that. Give people your passwords, your logons, all of those things. Even with your phone, we all have those protected with our passcodes and stuff. And I'm not sure if you're like me, but I have a lot of information in my phone. I mean, a lot. These days, it's not like, back in the day where you can memorize people's phone number. Now it's like, okay, it's in my phone. You just put their names in and it's in my phone. But I make sure that at least with our close-knit family, we do memorize their phone numbers, because what if you're out and your phone dies and then you have to use another phone? It's like, okay, I don't know anyone's phone number, but you need to, I would say, at least memorize 3 people's phone numbers. So no matter what, whether your phone dies or whatever, you can still, call for an emergency or just let people know where you are or if you need help or something like that, because we depend so much on technology, but technology fails at times too. So we have to, you have to have like though at, in the corporate world, they say a downtime procedure. That means a procedure that, you know, you work with if there's no technology at all for you. So my main source is that, you know, my passion is life insurance. And the reason for that is because we have too many GoFundMe accounts out here. And, you know, and it's really ridiculous. You can educate people. I mean, everyone doesn't have life insurance as a priority as they should. They'll have fashion, shopping, all of these things as a priority. But when you sit with them to talk about life insurance, I mean, I get to look like I'm the Grim Reaper. Like, okay, I'm coming in here. You're going to get life insurance, and tomorrow you're going to be out of here. But it doesn't work like that. And it's really not for you. It's for the people that you're leaving behind. You want them to continue to live the same lifestyle that they lived while you were here. You don't want your children or family to end up at a relative's house, the ones that didn't get along because they have nowhere to stay. They didn't think about that, you know, while you were here. But my thing is that sit down and have that round table talk with your family. I have been through different situations, and with my story, in the anthology, I mean, Marissa, you know, I truly really appreciate and love you because she took me out of my comfort zone, because that was something that I never even thought about, that I can, you know, write about life insurance. But the thing is that I'm sure she may have taken a lot of us out of our comfort zone, but I was able to write about something that I truly was passionate about and I knew about. I gave examples too. One that a family that passed away without life insurance, and one with a family that had life insurance. And you can see the two differences on what they were able to do. So my thing is, if I can educate, even if it's one person, that can help them to make a different decision in their life when it comes to that. I mean, even at a funeral, you would rather people talk about you, about the good things that you've done, rather than sitting there and say, I can't believe they ain't have any life insurance. You around there collecting money from everybody in the family. This is my thing right here. I'm a licensed, certified life insurance agent. I tell my family, when it comes to your funeral, please do not come to me to collect money, especially if I had talked to you about life insurance and it wasn't a priority to you then. You didn't think that it was important, but you wanted to leave the burden to your family. Right there, I mean, it doesn't show that you appreciate them at all. You're supposed to, even in the Bible, right? You're supposed to take care of your family. That's in there. You need to take care of your family. And that's the thing. You don't want them to end up with family members staying at someone else's house. And even if that happens, who can do it without money? You have children. Even nowadays, right? You need money to take care. We can only shop at the dollar store, but so long. You still have to have money for that. So my thing is that, you know, I am truly passionate about those that are having life insurance. My thing is that, and then once you get it, what you need to do with it. Those family members. I'm the type of agent is I'm not going to overtax you. I just want to make sure that you have at least something to be buried by, so the burden isn't on your family. So I still thank you. And Marissa, you know, I appreciate you helping me to get my story out there. But this is something of importance to me, and I'm very passionate about it. You need to take care of your family.
Yes. Awesome. And I just posted on Facebook. I was like, D is throwing down some serious nuggets. The black box, you need the black box. No more GoFund meetings. You need to know this stuff, you know, and the 3 numbers that you need to have memorized. I know for me, when I'm walking, you know, I'm here in the Dominican Republic. When I'm walking or where I'm at anywhere, I do a survey of the land that's around me. And I think if I need to do anything, what are my courses of escape? Or what is my course? What if anything happens to me? And that's exactly what you were talking about with the insurance. This is your strategy. This is a part of your strategy. That's why I said, I know this is about life, career, business. And this is so critical because now insurance is designed to give you a peace of mind. People need to hear. These are things that everyday people are not hearing. They're not hearing in clear, plain English how it impacts them directly. And that's the intent. That's my intent, is getting people the knowledge they really need to be able to chill out and relax and really, really enjoy their life. So these are one of the things. Like, this is one of the industries, insurance, but insurance brought to common sense and a reality check that we need to have our house in order. So I love it. I am so glad that, every author had the opportunity to maximize their moment in the book. And this is the opportunity. I did not hold you guys back from anything. I gave you free reign to write, because you are the ones who know. You know what needs to be said. And I trust and I believe in you enough to trust what you had to say, rooted and grounded, knowing you're not the Grim Reaper, right? And so this is what people need to hear, this stuff, because they're not hearing it. These are the stories, these are the facts, these are the words of wisdom that people are not hearing. Everyday people are not hearing. They're hearing about the grandiose thing, but they're not hearing about the principal things, right? So again, I digress, but I said D is Dr. Budget, honey.
And that's one thing I love about the book itself, when you bring in authors together of all different backgrounds. So you have something that's inspirational in the book, but also educational, whether it's life insurance, whether it's how to start your business, or what are you doing to increase your productivity, or anything that you can find in this book. So I would just tell everybody who's watching today or even listening to definitely go and get the book. It's on Amazon. It is the Own It Anthology. It's a book and journal, both of them on Amazon, and you can go ahead and get that. And if you have Prime, you can get it right away, next day, 2 days, or whatever. But if you don't, you can have to wait, but you're still going to get it, right? So just make sure you go out there, purchase the book, support us, support all 57 authors. You're going to get something of everything, but know that what it is something that you will probably need. And you can share it with somebody else as well. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce, is it Amina?
Sorry. Yes, it's Amina.
Okay, well, I want you, welcome to the show, to According to Sacha Podcast, and one of the authors here. And I want you to introduce yourself to the world and let people know who you are, and as well as, what did the book mean to you, being a part of it? What did it mean to you?
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Amina. Who am I? Who is Amina? Amina is a strong person, confident, and what the book brought out to me is to be bold and confident about me and about my life period as a young woman. So that's what the book brought out to me, is to be bold, confident, definitely God confidence in myself, and knowing that I'm worth that to speak of it. And far as Miss Marissa, I call her like my next mom, or my big sister. She means a lot to me. She helped me be more worldly with my with getting it out my fear tactics. Definitely from talking about my story of me being sick and everything. She worked one-on-one with me, and I appreciate that, because a lot of people don't work with you that way. They want something out of you, but don't lead you and guide you. And that's what she is to me. She's like a leader to me. I always look at her. She always have her confidence in her, and she always speak that word over you, and I love that about her, because it makes me want to do better and bring out more confidence in myself. And far as being able to not be shy in front of talking to people, because she's so boldly when she speaks, everybody listens to her, and that's exactly how I want to be. So I looked up to her a lot when she speaks, and I love that. I love Miss Marissa so much. She really brought me out of a lot of things.
Okay, so I'm going to do a shout out to Amina. Okay, so Amina, and she's in her space right now. Amina has an incredible story. So you see this warm smile, you see this beautiful innocence with her. but she suffered from lupus when she was 5. Like, so she was diagnosed with lupus when she was 5, and she struggled as a kid with a major setback in her health, right?
Right.
And so she speaks in her chapter in regards to how parents need to be more conscious of their child and seeing it through the child's eyes. So she really does. So you really have to read her chapter, and just appreciate how, even though she's had all of these life challenges, even to this day, she has some ailments that she has to battle here and there, manifests here and there, but you don't see her wearing that. You don't see her
Mhm.
angry, you don't see her bitter, you don't see her indifferent. And so to me, it was just like, no, your story has got to be in here because it's a story of resilience for a little child, that is going through something, and maybe everybody doesn't get it because they're so busy trying to treat the condition rather than the emotions, and rather than seeing the child and what the child is going through. And
Yes.
so, and also she shares and taps into how the child is wearing a lot of the weightiness of putting this ailment on her mom. Like, she talks about her mom
Mhm.
struggling and all those different things. So this was a piece that she worked with a collaborative group. But Amina and I are in the background. We've had to do this project, but in the background, we're working on her own book because she does have her own book. We got to get back to it and finish it up, and she'll be publishing. But she's a sweetheart, and I just felt like she needed to be a part of this work, because that's what it's all about. It's about working those things out to get into a place of clarity and messaging and how we
Mhm.
deliver it. And so, and then the other thing I want to say, and then I'll digress, is if you are in the DMV area, this girl makes some mean cupcakes. You have got to follow Amina
Yes.
Scott. You got to follow Amina Scott. And if you are local to the DMV area, you just connect with Amina. If you need to be buying her cupcakes, you need to support this young woman. And she's not a little girl. She has a young voice, but this is a grown woman.
Mhm.
She just
Yes.
has big, she has a big, huge, pure heart, and she is that innocence about her. But she's a grown woman, and she's a wheeler and dealer. Look at those cupcakes; they look amazing. And Amina, if the taste of them cupcakes match the way they look, girl, you should be blowing up. So make sure that if you are in the DMV area, support her, reach out to her, connect with her, and make sure you're buying her. If she's making them cupcakes, you need to be buying those cupcakes and supporting her business. And so I wanted to share that because she's in awe of the bestseller, but I need to sell her.
This is amazing. It's amazing. And I just want to say, like, listening to Amina and Dee and Eileen talk about their experience working with you, Marisa, I'm just sitting here like, you know what? It's only a visionary that can bring forth so many different authors together in a book in this project, and to say, they're coming from different backgrounds, they have different titles and so forth, chapters and everything, but it still flows within the spirit of the book. And everything that you get out of it is what, like I said before, is what you're going to need. And just to listen to Amina and get bold and confidence, like, you have to find confidence in your voice to even, speak up, and just whether you're verbally speaking or if you're even writing it, because that's still a form of speaking in the written work. So I just want to say kudos to everybody so far. I know we have another person we need to talk to because she's going to share her genius and her wonderful things as well. And that is Coach Tiffany. Same thing. I want you to
Yay.
tell the world. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Coach Tiffany, definitely tell the world who you are and what this book meant to you.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much for having me, Sacha. I apologize, I was a little late. I was out and about doing my thing, but I am Coach Tiffany Parra. I am a certified physical fitness trainer. I am also a certified life coach, and I am editor-in-chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, Elevating Your Mind, Body, and Spirit, which is one of the magazines on the Own It platform. And man, my chapter, well, let me tell you about me a little bit more. I am a mom of an 18-year-old who is in his senior year, and I tell you, woo, Y'all know. Okay. I am a wife. I'm still a new wife. I just hit 4 years with my husband. And it has just been an amazing journey. He caught me in a part of my life of transition where it was like, okay, you know what? Either you're gonna love me or you're gonna hate me, but come on, let's go on this cool ride. Okay. My chapter is about discipline. In 2008, I was told I was going to die if I didn't make some changes in my health. I was almost 300 pounds. I was a size 22. My sugar levels were through the roof. My blood pressure was extremely high. I would sometimes wake up in the morning and my blood pressure would be 155 over 100. Now, you know, that's a heart attack ready to happen. Okay. I was in a toxic relationship. Everything and anything that could be wrong was kind of wrong in my life, but I was caught up in that hamster wheel of life. I was a HR manager for many years. And it took, honestly, COVID to get me in action because I got laid off during COVID. So I left that job, went to another facility. It was that much more stress. I met Marisa in a DMV mastermind group, and I just was fascinated with this woman. I just said, I was hanging on every word, just like, oh my gosh, I gotta know her. And when we met, I think the first time we talked, Marisa, we were on Zoom for probably about 2 or 3 hours, just getting to know each other. And I said, you know what, it's like you're my lost sister, you know, and she has just stretched me and helped me to just really get my story out there. Because I never thought my story was, I mean, I'm like, oh, well, you know, it's just a story. I went through this, whatever. But your story's not your story. It's someone else's story. And they need to hear it so they can have faith and hope to move forward. So Marisa really just gave me that, you know, just like, wow, like you can do this, Tip. You can really do this. Now, I'm a visionary author of 2 other books that I have been able to write since I met Marisa, the Become Your Girl Powerhouse anthologies. And I mean, this woman here, if you want to just level up, right, Marisa? Connect with this woman, connect with like-minded powerhouses because they're going to take you to, to just places that you never thought you could be. I thought I would be in HR for my whole entire life, being miserable, telling people the rules and regulations of the company. But now I'm out there actually telling people how to be and showing people how to be physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially fit. And that is the biggest gift that God could have ever given me. So that's a little bit about me. And again, Sacha, thank you so much for having me. And Marisa, just thank you so much for just everything.
Well, that's wonderful, beautiful. Marisa, go ahead. Go ahead, jump in.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. I want us to do a round table. So where are we? Because I want you to understand that Own It is international. It's not just, and I can remember when I started launching the magazine and having one-on-one conversations with potential contributing writers or people who are advertising in our magazine. And I had to let them know that it's a national-based magazine with an international reach. Well, now we are international because I am physically international. And so we are international, but I want to show you just in this room, you only have 4 of the authors. Okay, but guess where? As a matter of fact, you guys, it's 6 of us because we're all authors, so we're 6 of us. So you have 6 of us here. But look at where we are. Sound off. I'm the Dominican Republic. Eileen, where are you?
I'm in Sumter, South Carolina.
Okay, Amina, where are you?
Washington, D.C.
Woo, go ahead. Where are you, D?
New Jersey.
All right, now, Tiffany, where are you?
California.
All right, where are you, Sacha?
2 up, 2 down in Virginia.
There you go. So we are stretched across the country. You're in the tri-state area, D. You're in the DMV area. So there we are. We have covered all across the United States and all across the sea over here into the Dominican Republic. So you have really a widespread, and that's not even all of us. This is what, like, what is that? 10% of us that are here representing, and it just tells you the diversity. You know, the diversity of the authors, and that's what the beautiful thing is.
Yeah, because we also have men, as well. You
Yeah,
know, a lot of books. Yeah, because
trying
a
to
lot
get
of
it.
anthologies you come across, it would just be all females, right?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
know, it's definitely men and women in this book, so you
yeah,
get that perspective from both sides. So
Yeah.
that's amazing and wonderful. And you know, it's just listening, I'm just like, okay, you know, the book is really touching everything from the mind, body, and spirit, soul and spirit, as well as the things that you need to do. Because even with life insurance itself, that's still taking care of our
Mhm.
body, you know, not
Yes.
our physical
right.
body, but it's our body that extends to our families and making sure
Right.
that they are financially taken care of and going forward. And you know, and so when you think about all these different chapters and the different experiences and the knowledge and everything, like, you know, where else can you get that from, you know? So you definitely want to get this book. So now I know we talked about the book, we talked about the chapters and everything, but we got to talk about this event, you know, because we all be able to meet each other in the Dominican Republic. So we are having this amazing launch event, April the 26th through April the 30th. And so I'm going to play this video one more time. I'm just going to throw it in real quick and let everybody see what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
so we will be there, you guys. And we want to invite you. So
Woo.
anybody who wants to go, definitely, you know, you got your passport already, you know, come
Yes.
on with us. And you know, I have to make a sidebar. I'm gonna be down there twice. So you want to be there with me in April or September, you definitely gotta come out. I have to plug that, sorry. But
Yes,
definitely I'm gonna
absolutely.
be
I'm going
there.
to be with you in September. So, across you're going to be on the other side of the island.
We'll be on
So,
the other
that's
side of the
going to
island,
be
right?
on the other side
Yeah,
of the
so
island.
definitely.
Hmm.
So,
So, I am
yeah, so
so
definitely
looking
going down.
forward to it.
Definitely so. But Risa, definitely tell us more about the event, what everyone can look forward to.
Well, it's a full conference and retreat. So it's going to be a combination. And I finally secured our excursion, which is got 7 different things that we can do. You can do all 7, or you could do whichever ones you feel great about, from the safari to the strip, what is that? The strip lining and all these other things. There are so many buggy rides that you're going to be able to do. So everyone's going to arrive on Thursday, which is April 26th, Wednesday or April 26th, and we'll have the welcome reception and all of that champagne and getting excited about being bestsellers. We got to celebrate, because then we're going to be in person, face to face, so we can have our face to face celebration. And then Thursday is the excursion, where we're going to be. They're going to take us to the location. There's 7 different things that we could do. I don't have the brochure in front of me, but from zip lining to those who are physically fit and not afraid to do it, you're gonna zip line, you're gonna have the safari where you're gonna see you're gonna see the culture, the agricultural aspects of the Dominican Republic. Then there's a buggy ride where you drive your own little buggy around and go and get all the dirt and dust everywhere else and have fun doing that. And there's a few other different things that we can do that day. And depending on our energy level, that night is going to be fun and games. So we'll have some games, we'll have some prizes. Then Friday, we actually, now that you've gotten all the stress off, now you're ready to get down to business. Now you're ready to be empowered, educated, equipped, and you're ready to come up with an action plan of, this is the end of your first quarter. You're going to do a reflection. How did I do the first quarter of this year? Okay, this is where I was. So by the time you come to us in April, you've already known about your performance so far. Now you're looking at where you've been. Now you're going to be connected with the people that are going to help you and propel you and launch you into finishing the year strong. So we're going to have keynotes, we're going to have openings every day, we're going to have opening remarks, we're going to have a panel discussion, because we all need to talk about all of it, right? This is where you get questions, answers, it's intimate. get questions answered about what it is that you came there for. Give them what you came there for. So we have panel discussions, we have keynotes that is going to inspire you and provoke you to think on a different level. And then we'll have the evening. We'll have 4 breakout sessions. You'll pick whichever presenter has spoken to you, has spoken to your heart, and you feel like, oh, I need to be in that class. You may want to be in Dee's class, right? You may be in one of Tiffany's classes. You may even be one of my classes, one of my workshops. Just depends on what you came there to get and who's got it to give it to you. So there'll be 4 workshops in the morning, 4 workshops in the afternoon. So don't fret. If you didn't get it in the morning, you may be able to get it in the afternoon. And then that's day 1. That's Friday. And that's also going to be Saturday. We're going to close at maybe at 2, 3 o'clock. So you still have the evening. It's still hot here at 2 or 3 o'clock. You'll be able to go on the beach. You'll be able to eat from the different restaurants that are on the location. Or you can there's a buffet area where you can select whatever it is that you want from a variety of different entrees. There is a cook to order section over there that's right on the beach. There's plenty of seating. We will be out of the kind of high season for tourism, so it won't be busy and packed here. It'll be nice. It'll be exclusive, reclusive. You don't have to worry about too much going on. You can really, really enjoy yourself on the water. Now, again, Friday and Saturday. Saturday night is award night. Friday night is free night. We're going to have karaoke, open mic. We're going to have a funky good time because I'm telling you, I like to play. As hard as I like to work, as much as I like to laugh, cut up, and have a good time. So Friday night is going to be open mic night. Saturday night, we want to award you. We want to do the award ceremony. Some of you have been doing some things, and we just want to really bless you. We want to say that we see you, and we want to honor you. So Saturday night is going to be awards night. And then Sunday, we'll have a brunch. For those, depending on your flight back, you'll be able to really, really enjoy the brunch or not. But we'll make sure during the award ceremony, you have plenty of time to exchange numbers. Make sure when you come, you network. You get people's numbers, you stay connected, you make plans, you strategize. What are you going to do? When are you going to get back? Who's living where? You live close to me? How are we going to do this thing? Because we want the juices, we want the energy, we want the excitement. We want it to last throughout the year because we want you to finish 2023 strong. This is the year of redemption. Look at what God did. He did not give us one bestseller. He gave us double for our trouble, right? So that's a sign to say where we are right now. That's prophesying to you, saying everything that you thought you lost, like Job, your Job season is over. He said he restored him twice, double fold for his trouble. And that's what we're believing God for in 2023. That, Lord, you restore to us double for our trouble. We have been in a season of low. We're coming into the season of high. And that's what I believe God did when he blessed us with both being bestsellers at one time. He did not hesitate. He did not wait. He did not delay it. He said, now and in this season, I'm ready to bless you. I'm ready to pour out a blessing upon you that you would not have room enough to receive. And that's what we're bubbling up. When you get here, you think, look, y'all ain't, listen, Dee been in the room with me. Eileen been in the room with me. Y'all better get ready because I've been over here for a year. I have been in a set aside place for a year. And so guess what? It's getting ready to be poured into you. So the anointing, God's favor, everything that you want shows up based on how Eileen said, how hungry are you for it? Because that's how he returns on us. And I'm telling you, we're going to have so much fun. We're going to have so much fun. It's going to look like it's not even work. It's not even work for us. That's where we're flowing at. This ain't work. This is how we do it. This is us just being us. That's exactly how this is going to go. So you're going to have the Caribbean Sea, which is going to purify your mind. It's going to get rid of all that junk that's been in your trunk, the trunk of your mind. It's going to break off all of that off. That thing that you had clink to your head, making you feel limited, all your friends and family that been telling you all those things that I don't think you should do that. Are you sure? Oh my God, be careful. You know, all that crap is going to be off of you the minute you get here. Because we're going to say to you, release, and be unleashed to do everything you know secretly you were meant to do. That's what's getting ready to happen here. So we only want the folks that's ready for that. If you ain't ready, let's wait. Your time may come. But those people who ready, I'm ready. Let's get this thing going. Let's be in full throttle and let's get this party started because we getting ready to have fun over here.
Oh my
So
gosh.
there you go.
And this is so amazing. And that would be, let me see, January, February, March. So that would be in April. So it would be a great way of bringing in your second quarter of the year.
Yes.
You know, everyone, especially business owners, you know, we got the first 3 months out the way. You know, sometimes the 3 months didn't go the way we wanted to go in the first part of the year, but we're going into the second quarter. So that's like what, round 2.
Yeah,
Ding ding. So let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah. And get that reset, get that refresh and regroup, you know, get out there, get all that, everything poured into you. And then you go back for the next thing you have to do back at home and everything. So I want to just think, you have something else you want to add, Marisa?
No, I'm just, when you come to, listen, when you come to this workshop, when you come to the conference, we're going to do the real work. That's why I like the fact that we may be a small group, because in a small group, you can get a lot done. When it's big, it's too busy. It's too busy about showmanship. This is not about showmanship. This is about results. We want results. We done been to the pony show and that was real cute. We don't want that. We want breakthrough and we want sustainability. We want a clear vision. We want a clear path to action, and we want to be able to strategize to see it to its end. So when you come, when we're in session, it's going to be about the work. Now, when we get out of session, it's going to be about the play. But be serious and be prepared because we're getting ready to do the necessary work. And like I said, it's the necessary work, but it ain't gonna fit. Once you start, when you get in alignment with your assignment, it just flows. It just flows. But we're getting ready to have a good time. I just wanted to say that we're getting ready to have a very good time.
Yeah. And it is in those intimate moments that brings out the best results and the best possibilities. Not even just possibilities, but those possibilities become realities. And so, and I'm just looking forward to being there with you guys. And if anybody who wants to go and be a part of this, like if you're enjoying everything you're hearing tonight, just from 6 of us, I mean, just imagine what you're going to enjoy if you make it down. So you can go to the website here. It's tcsconsultingllc.com. If you want to find out more information about the retreat, you go ahead and sign up and all that good stuff. You can do that. But once again, before we go, I do want to make sure that anybody who's just now tuning in, that you know that our book, the Own It Anthology book and journal, they're currently on Amazon. We are the Amazon bestsellers. It's #1, both of them, journal and the book. And you are seeing here the best-selling authors, just a few of us. It's 57 best-selling authors. And that's the wonderful thing. It's 57 best-selling authors, not 5, not 10, not 20. You got 57 best-selling authors all in one time for 2 books. 2 books. You know, so we can add that to our list if we're already authors. We can add that, you know, another book and a journal to it that is bestseller. And so I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight with us. I know we all have another show to do. We're doing our tour, you guys.
Yes, we are.
We have our tour going on. But I do want to thank you, Dee, Eileen, Amina, Tiffany, Marisa. I want to thank all of y'all for being on the show with me this evening. And we'll be back again next month with another group of authors from the Own It Anthology. And you guys, you're more than welcome to come back again too if you want to. And then we'll do it again next month. And like I said, we're on our tour, so we're making our rounds everywhere. We have a lot of, you know, see, that's the one good part about this too. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off. Even the people within the network, we have our own PR networks, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we have podcasts, we have radio, we have everything. So we're able to circulate within that network in itself
Yes.
to market not only just the book as a whole, as a team, as a collaborative effort, but we're still showing up and shining ourselves within that moment. So I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of this show. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of the network and just being able to be a part of this book with so many amazing men and women. Thank you all so much. But I do want to say good night to everybody. Thank you for everyone that have watched, listened, and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. And we'll see y'all again. I'll be back from Thursday, our regular night. According to Sacha Podcast, we'll be back with another guest at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on that note, you guys, remember that everything you do, command your day and be great. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.